Good evening, kiddies. It's 3 o'clock on the West Coast. You're stuck on the 405 and with 75 million other illegals. How are you, folks? Good to be with you. Nick DiPaolo Show. And did you give me the, the phone number and all that shit?
Mm-hmm. The rundown?
Yeah, where is it?
You can take mine.
Can I have yours? This is what happens when you have a pint of White Russians before you hit the road. What? Gilligan? How's it going, folks? Good to be with you again. Later on, Andy, this doesn't have Matt Burke shit on it. Come on.
That's our rundown. 2 different pages.
Yeah, I need them both.
Okay.
I don't lose one at a time. I lose everything at once. We get the very funny Matt Burke, funny comedian, later on. I like to give guys shots that you might not have heard of. They've been kicking around New York, and he's extremely funny, little edgy. He's married. I hear he's into conspiracies and... Like I said, I had him right here, Andy. Apologies all around to everybody. I swear to God, I have Alzheimer's already. And you're saying, well, that's not funny. Well, my old man has it. I'm saying that anyways. Again, Trazodone, I'm on the fence, folks. I don't know. It's keeping me asleep about 4 hours. Then, in order to get another 2 or 3 more, I have to go to a, jerking off in an Advil PM. That gives me about another 90 minutes. So, that's a lot of money for Trazodone. As you know, I'm on food stamps, and I have government cheese every morning. So, wow, this was just handed to me by Brendan Stipes, my guy on the phone, that it looks like Mayweather is actually going to happen with Conor McGregor. I'll tell you, folks, I am not paying for that one, because let me tell you something, Floyd Mayweather's going to open up like a fucking ripe cantaloupe. He's going to drop him like a used rubber. He's going to, and all other, in my opinion. You never know. You never know. But anyways, go to nickdip.com, will you, and check out my tour dates. If you'd like to see me live, I'll be on Gilligan's Island about a year from now, resting quietly. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Nick DiPaolo. Yeah, do that, will you? Hit me up at Nick DiPaolo on Twitter. I like to get those numbers up. They're about, I'd say, 4 times lower than they should be for a guy at my level. Maybe it's because I tweet once every 3 years, somebody told me. But I have better things to do, I'm a weird guy. I'm into sports and pussy. I don't sit on social media talking to fucking retarded folk. Not all. I'm not talking about my fans, obviously. The people that follow other people. For live updates, you want to follow the show at DiPaolo Show SXM. And you can catch all these shows on demand. Why all this is important is beyond me, folks. I don't know. And Matt Burke, by the way, mattburkecomedian.com. Check him. We'll have him in at like 7:30. The bottom of the hour of the second hour. That's radio language. And he gets a puzzled look every time I say that. It's because he wasn't born in the 40s, but can't blame the kid. Jesus, I'm all out of... What did I do here? I'm all out of sorts. Well, slow news day, huh? Oh, that's right. The left is killing Republicans. Oh, I forgot. Yeah. Try weaseling out of this one. I remember when Gabby Giffords got shot, they blamed it on Sarah Palin because she had bullseye things on her map where she wanted to campaign. And they attribute... I remember that, Brendan, being a far lefty from Kentucky. Do you remember that, Andy?
Yes, I do.
That's Andy Flowers. For you Italian people, that's Andy Fiore.
Kiss it each.
And, yes, she had bullseyes on her map of where she wanted, and they blamed that on they blamed the Gabby Gifford shooting on her for that. And I like to see a weasel out of this one today. You know what I'm talking about. The horrific shooting, Alexandria, Virginia, at a baseball field where the Republican, congressmen and senators were practicing baseball, which kind of brought up another question. The fucking country's falling apart at the seams. We're at each other's throats, and you're trying to turn a fucking 5-3-1 double play? For fuck's sake!
5-3-1.
5-3-1. Yeah, where did that come out?
Going to the pitcher?
6-4-3. There you go. I should know that. I played all the infield positions. And then they put me in right field because I had a gun, but I had no idea what was going. But yeah, just a disgrace and just a violent reaction to the Trump being elected. That's all it is. You can weasel your way out of it. I don't want to hear your fucking excuses. But if I do want to hear your excuse, you should have to call 866-969-1969. 866-969-1969. I noticed my friend Dean Obadiah. What's his last name?
Obadala. Wait, now you got me screwed up.
Obadala.
Obadala. Yeah.
Yes, Dean Obadala contributed to CNN. Very likable guy, but a Palestinian and an Italian. Yuck. I noticed he wasn't in the hallway walking around with his tits puffed out today. I noticed a lot of people had their heads down I was walking by today. I am a pariah in the building, except for a few people. They give me a wink. They look up and they give me the, But there's a couple. Roger Ailes, remember he passed away?
Yes.
Yeah, well, I heard a motherless fuck in the hallway, bad-mouthing, and good, I'm glad he's dead, boo-boo-boo-boo. It took every ounce of my energy not to slap the red hairs off his fucking filthy face.
I remember that.
Yes. Oh, that was a girl? I'm sorry. So, yes, and then, so just a horrible incident today with Scalise getting shot. He's in critical, in the afternoon went on, he took a worse turn.
Yeah.
And the guy's dead, Hodgkinson, whatever the fuck his name was. But, he had he actually worked for Bernie, volunteered for Bernie's campaign, Bernie Sanders, and he did. Brendan, he did. I want to see you leftist fuck stains call in and weasel out of this one. Oh, don't make it political. And I say to that, I don't have to. The guy that did the shooting made it political when he said, are those Republicans or Democrats on the baseball field? And then began shooting when he found that I was Republican. I don't have to make it political. This is how I laugh. They laugh and, they go after Drudge. I go on Drudge and it already has the headline up. Guy asked about Republican, So then I watched the mainstream media for about a half hour this morning. They're a half hour behind conveniently. They don't know anything about the shooter, what he said. Just Give me a break. Give me a break. Don't make it political. Don't have to. He, all kinds of anti-Trump shit on his Facebook and pro-Bernie. And you're going to go, well, that doesn't make him any more violent than somebody who shoots up an abortion clinic. Well, when the shooter actually says and differentiates between parties before he goes on a shooting spree, yeah, there's a big difference. But you're unhinged. You've lost your shit, far left. You've lost your minds. Rachel Maddow, or as I call her, the Adam's apple at MSNBC, and her horseshit rhetoric over the years. Bernie Sanders spewing his socialist/Marxist horseshit over the years. It's all coming to fruition. I keep hearing how violent the Tea Party is, and that's white people in the late 70s that have, carry flags and pick up their own trash after a 500,000 of them show up in D.C. at a rally. They pick up their own garbage. Little different than Occupy Wall Street. And, the fucking shooter. And you can't really blame it on mental illness because he sounds pretty sane. He sounds actually like, what's the matter? What's all the distractions, Andrew? I know, and I'm fucking asking. It's my show. What are you looking at?
I'm checking to make sure everything's working right.
Well, but trust me, you'd know. I'd be fucking yelling over there in 2 seconds.
That is true.
This is true. You are correct, sir. I don't know if I want these TVs on or not. They're kind of distracting.
I'll throw our logo up.
No, you can leave it.
Okay.
Yeah. You know what saved these guys out there on the ball field? Scalise he's the majority whip. In other words, he has to keep people in line on how to vote in that party. So because he's third in line or fourth for the presidency, it works like that. He has to have security around the clock. If that security was not there, we'd be talking about a bunch of dead Republicans. Mm-hmm. And it doesn't matter that only one of them's in critical because the left is the far loons, I should say, celebrating on social media. They're jerking off about it. And, you can't tell me there's not a connection with Kathy Griffin holding up a head. Madonna saying, I want to blow up the White House. I'm skipping a whole bunch of shit. The DNC, Tom Perez, saying the F-bomb every fucking 3 seconds. They're angry. Remember Joe Biden saying he'd like to take Trump behind the woodshed or something, behind the gym and beat him up? You guys, you're losing on arguments. And so now you're getting violent. And it's because you have you have communist socialist blood in you. And if you know anything about your history, they're just violent fucks. They always have been. That's why you're losing your shit. Yeah, Bernie. It's coming to fruition. They thought they had this thing in the bag. The thick ankle dog face out of Chappaqua with the 80-inch neck and the beard, she fucked up bad. They thought that they had this thing in the bag. This is still a reaction, and it's not going to stop. Whether it's Obama and his fucking, his leftovers in the intelligence agencies, the deep state, and it does exist. They're not going to stop till Trump gets impeached or whatever, or something happens to him physically. Let's do a thing of Shakespeare in the Park where we stab Trump to death. That's fine. It's been a bad week, huh? The bad couple weeks with Bill Maher and Kathy Griffin, Shakespeare in the Park, losing spine. It's been a bad week for the crazy, violent fucks. But, folks, I keep this in perspective. This country came about, and this show, through a violent coup. I had Jack Vaughn in a headlock the other day. I said, "You give me a show, goddammit! I want my son back!" But that was the first thing that struck me when I put the air on. I can't feel it. I guess it'll come back slow.
What do I know how to make an air conditioner?
I don't know how to make it cold in here. Another 2 minutes, it'd be an AC conditioner. Maybe some ductwork. But that struck me first as a comedian. Why are these guys practicing baseball? I know it's for a charity. They do it every year. Yabba, yabba, yabba. But, this republic is on the brink of coming apart at the seams. I just thought they might cancel that, Well, the sitting president is under attack by the Democrat Party, the mainstream media, some Republicans. Obama's behind all this. He's sitting about a mile away in a fucking condo in the White House with Susan Dirty Rice, planning other schemes. Marxist, motherless. Just disgusting. You're violent. It's in your nature. I can't even wear a fucking Trump hat, and I'm in good shape, and I carry a knife, and I still won't wear a Trump hat. Here in fucking the People's Republic of New York City. Okay? Trump followers getting beat up at rallies. Milo, Yiannopoulos, Ann Coulter. People being attacked on campuses. By who? The same jerk-offs. George Soros. Underlings. Just go on the guy who did the shooting, go on his social media.
Mm-hmm.
Can't get out of this one, Bugs. But like I said, this country was founded on, a revolution and shit. So let's have it. If that's, we obviously have two distinct points of view. People who hate this country, how it was founded, imperialistic, and I'm including Obama, Hillary Clinton, and everybody that votes that way. They hate what this guy. They think there's going to be a one world government. There's a handful of us still kicking and screaming. Brendan's great to look at because he's of it. Brendan, how old are you?
25.
No, you're not. Are you that young? 25?
25, yeah, just turned 25.
Jesus H. He's fresh out of the liberal mills.
Yeah.
What college did you go to?
University of Kentucky State College.
And he's got the reaction when I say stuff. He's got the reaction that everybody his age has when I'm on stage. Well, some of them like me. They're actually like, we've had enough of this shit ourselves. Brendan's in between. He's hard to.
I think so.
He tilts his head on some shit and he gets shocked at others. But a lot of that's because he's from Kentucky.
Yeah.
And you have manners and stuff. We threw that away when I moved to New York. Not that Boston was anything refined. Get Marky Wahlberg. But
he's a nice gentleman.
Who?
Brendan.
He's a great guy.
Very polite, nice, good worker.
I didn't ask you to tune in, did I? I told you I'd give you the signal. This isn't the fucking bonfire. This is a campfire. It's one little guy by himself, kind of a Duralog. But yeah, he said, the shooter said, is that those Republicans or Democrats? So that's a little,
Yeah.
talking to the people, Andy. Boy, did you do a little coke before the show?
Oh,
You're breaking that fourth wall.
I react.
Yeah, well, stop it. Okay? It distracts me. It distracts me. My wife's going to yell at me when I get home now. You're picking on him. This guy's 6'4", 250. He's all hairy and shit. I'll pick on him all I want. Here is Congressman DeSantis. I think he's a Republican from Florida. And he was there right before the shooting happened. And he talks about actually having a face-to-face with the shooter. This is how it went down.
I actually left a little early, probably about a couple minutes before this all happened, and as I was getting into the car with one of my colleagues, Jeff Duncan, there was a guy that walked up to us that was asking whether there was Republicans or Democrats out there, and it was just a little odd, and then he kind of walked towards the area where all this happened.
Yeah, he asked if it was Republicans or Democrats, and then when he got the answer, he started shooting. He got the answer he wanted. He started shooting. Now he did. He did. They kill him. He did. But look, this guy, Scalise is he's in rough shape. And if those two Capitol officers weren't there, one of them was a female, by the way. She got shot in the foot, I think. If they weren't there to take this guy down, it would have been a serious massacre. And somebody else, a staffer, got hit, too. Mm-hmm. So, but the shooter is dead. I wish they'd keep him alive, like in The Godfather. No, Rocco, alive! So we could get information. Everything goes back to The Godfather, does it not? No, alive, Rocco! There was a shooting. In a baseball field? Where my wife gives out handjobs? And my children come to play with their toys.
Excuse me. Dad, are you going to
You're disgusting. Play what I call the Adam's apple over at MSNBC. It's Rachel Madcow. Looks like me when I was in junior high. But
it is a weird tension. I think it's a dangerous time for the First Amendment and for the free press in this country. And at the same time, we're oddly influential with the guy who wants to kill us.
She said that months ago. But how fucking delusional? Because he was talking about libel suits, Trump's administration, But that's what she blows it up into. These are the lovey-dovey, peace-loving. He wants to kill journalists. That's the type of hyperbole coming from the left, and the fucking morons soak it in. And, like this guy today, you don't think with a Kathy Griffin holding the fucking head, and it does raise the stake. Because the people out there, there's mentally ill people right on the borderline. You know what I mean? They're just well enough to take care of themselves and sit in front of the TV, and they light up when they see shit like that. But it's all lies. Andy does not miss a Godfather ever. Do you not? Yeah. And then we have my favorite girl, Nancy Pelosi. I don't know who's crazier. Her and Maxine Waters ought to have a fucking crazy off. A crazy black bitch and a psychotic fucking postmenopausal white bitch. You got to be embarrassed to have them representing your side. Crazy. This is Pelosi's take on what happened today with Scalise. That's an Italian last name. I get the name right? Listen to her take on this.
We send our thoughts and prayers to our colleague, Steve Scalise. Personally, we have our Italian-American connection, so as soon as I heard his name, I was filled with concern, as I would be for anyone here, but we have that special connection, so our hopes and prayers. And I said to the Speaker, I'll be asking you every 5 minutes, how is Steve coming along?
You need to shut the fuck up.
I will ask the Speaker every 5 minutes. Instead of just saying, she's letting you know that she cares. I will be asking somebody every 5, instead of just saying it. She's lost her loving mine. She doesn't give a fuck. Her and Chuck Schumer are high-fiving in the coffee room. Trust me. I didn't even bother pulling his clip. It was so boring and shitty. And by the way, President Trump, really soft speech. I don't know who wrote that garbage. We gotta work together and shit. That's not who I voted for. Come out and go, hey, you had my fake head being held up. You're stabbing me in Central Park in a play. Let's not pretend there's not anything going on here, you fucks. That's the speech. That's the guy I voted for. The guy that made fun of handicap people. That's the guy I want. Not the way I wanted it. You ever think of that? He's my president, too. You ever think... I was very disappointed. I don't know who's writing this shit. They've cut his balls off. That's not how he got elected. Seriously. Should be out there pointing fingers and screaming. He should. Fuck presidential. All bets are off. You're holding my head up and everybody's fucking laughing at it. Stabbing me in a play while fucking New York City elite jerk-offs applaud. Fuck off. Presidential. I'll give you presidential. What a disgusting. You know, Pat Buchanan, my favorite, by the way. I would have had him president years ago. I know when people cringe when I say that. Guy's always ahead of the curve. Got all his books. Oh, by the way, the Golden State Warriors might not go to the White House. Well, that's a surprise, huh? Who would have guessed an NBA team doesn't want to go to the Trump White House, huh? Wah, wah, wah. Walk, 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 walk. Jesus, you people make me fucking sick.
You fucking people. You have no idea how to defend a nation.
I do. 3 minutes already? I'm just getting started. Jesus H. Christ, this night's going to fly by. I'm glad I snorted that Coke from the bathroom attendant that gave me the mints. But, you know, rhetoric like this.
Bacon, fry like bacon, pigs in a blanket, fry like bacon, pigs in a blanket, fry like bacon, pigs in a blanket, fry like
Pigs in a blanket, fire 'em like bacon. That's Black Lives Matter, and that's how the left votes. Yeah. That ain't me. Remember when Black Lives Matter, Bernie tried to speak somewhere, and the black chick jumped up on the podium and like fucking got in his way? Gave it the whole anti-white male anti-rant. Oh, it was terrific. Nothing's funnier than libs getting fucked in the ass by other libs. I got some clips later of Colbert with interviewing Oliver Stone, and they edited out a whole bunch of it. I guess page 6 of the New York Post, they had a source in the crowd, and they edited out all the good shit, because I guess it was they were at each other's throats, and again, libs eating libs, but we'll play a little of that later. But, yeah, you can't weasel out of this one, folks. You really can't. I really need a secretary at this time. I can't handle my own shit. Must be the Benadryl and the Lipitor and the cocaine mixed together. 866-969-1969. I'll say that again real slow. 866-969-1969. And I'd like you to call in. Now, everybody has an opinion on this country gone mad. I just gave you mine. Do I have time to play Bernie? No. I'll play Bernie when we come back, because Bernie Sanders, this guy was the shooter was an avid Bernie Sanders follower, and didn't surprise me. But Bernie went on the House floor and had, he was just shocked by it all, and it sickens him. And he's got that New England / Brooklyn. This guy was sickened to me to find that he was a volunteer. By the way, I like maple syrup. I rub it on my balls. This thing is rigged. She's bought by the banks. Every black person should get a free college education and fish sticks on Friday. And Bernie, he was appalled. You know, Boston accent's very similar to Brooklyn in that they, like I used to say vodka and tonic, they do that too. I might as well be from Brooklyn. Everybody, when I leave this tri-state area, everybody thinks I'm from, I would have loved to have been Brooklyn, but Colin Quinn said I would have been dead if I grew up in his neighborhood by the age of 18, which is a roundabout way of calling me a punk, I think. That's how I took it. But Let me tell you this about Colin Quinn. He's a funny Irishman. When we come back, the phones are lighting up, folks. Obviously, it's a big news day. We'll talk about the whole shooting. Get your take on it. You just got mine. If you don't like it, poo-poo. Back after this. 866-969-1969 is the phone number. Later on, the second, 7:30 on the East Coast, we're going to have Matt Birkin here. Funny, funny dude. Married with kids. He's got that angst about him, that New York sarcasm, and nice. He's a guy's guy type of thing, and he made some funny references, and got to give these guys some light. You know what I'm saying, Tias? Let's go to Tyler on line 1. He's been holding on a long time. Tyler?
Hey, Nick. How you doing?
How you doing?
Thank God the shooter was a Democrat, because if it was a Republican, there would be a lot more people dead, right?
That is true. I think if I went to a gun range and I had to put money on a Dem or a Republican, the Republicans, the people who believe in that Second Amendment, they take it seriously and they practice. And you don't want to you don't want to piss off Hannity. He'll put one right between your eyes. That's actually a good point, Tyler. Not to make light of the situation. I hope this guy pulls through, Scalise. Yeah.
Let me just say I'd never subscribe to Sirius if you weren't there after the way those faggots treated Anthony.
Yes. Well.
Never.
Oh, you mean
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Tyler. I don't know who canned them, and I was with him up to a point, but I love Anthony. I don't even know what the rules are. I was going to have him. I don't know if I can get. I'm guessing he could call in. Right?
Yep.
Because I know they still have a poster of him in the men's room.
No, he calls into Opie all the time.
Does he?
Yeah.
I'm glad you let me know that, producer. Oh, for the love of Pete. Brian in St. Louis, welcome to the show. How are you? How's your onion? Hey, Brian. Hey, Brian. What the fuck, man? Okay. Is he there?
No, he wasn't there.
That's great. Let's break up the momentum. I'm just going right down the line. Let's go to my friend Jorge in Texas. George, how are you?
Hey, ¿qué pasó, güey?
What's up, man?
How you doing, man?
I'm doing pretty good.
So, all right. So, I think, dude, you're one of the reasons why America's fucked like this. This guy on the left, is fucking crazy.
Oh, he's
you're
crazy.
The opposite crazy on the right.
Oh, he's crazy.
Because everything that you're saying is just regurgitated Breitbart, Fox bullshit. I mean, you're not exploring your palette of information by at least making your own particular thought.
Hey.
I mean, everything that you just mentioned, everyone you give it, George Soros, Pelosi, all that shit is every single day on Fox and Breitbart or on AM stations like Savage. But
hold on, George. Hold on. I read papers. I don't watch much TV. I draw my own conclusions. So because somebody said it on Fox News and I should what, not say it if I don't believe it too? Is that what you're saying? I got all my information from newspapers.
What papers are you reading? You let me know the papers that I can actually read your papers.
New York Post.
Now it depends on what you're reading. Because if you're reading opinion-based editorial articles, that shit is not news.
It is
That's
not
someone's opinion
It's
about
not
it.
opinionated, you fucking dope. I draw my own opinions from facts.
Yeah, well,
where do you get your news? Where do you get your news, George?
All right, where do I get my news? I get it from the BBC, NPR. I get it from CNN. I get it from Fox.
CNN. You just said CNN. You get off my phone, you fucking shithead.
Now, one thing is this.
What? Go ahead.
One fact is, Italian Americans are viewed just like immigrants from Mexico anyways. You think you're in a group. You think you're white, but you're actually not. You're not really white, but all the things that you're saying are against minorities, against lesbians.
You
are
as dumb as anybody I've ever talked to in person or on the phone. You fucking go watch You just admitted to watching CNN. You are a fucking moron. For Christ's sake, your cousin's waiting to get porked in the bedroom. What?
This is about America, dude. All right? And if you're fucking pitting party before country.
No, it's your party, you asshole. You hate America. You're a left-leaning jerk-off. You hate America.
America's the fucking best country in the world.
I know it is. Why don't you fucking admit it?
America's already great right now. Why do I have to fucking make it great again? What do you mean?
You're ruining it, stupid.
Got to tell
You're ruining it, George. You're ruining it. People like you are ruining my country, George.
I've always loved America.
You never loved it. You watch CNN. You hate America.
It's good anymore because what blacks get think. You just said blacks go to free college.
You can't even afford a good phone. I can't understand him. Get him. All right, George. Call back on a landline, will you? You dink. He had some good points. That's what I do. I'm going to raise it to the... Do you hear what he just fucking said? He just said I watch... And I didn't today. I read the papers like I always do. I go online. Don't have time. I try watch Fox News. I end up jerking off to half the anchors, okay? The female ones. And, but did you hear what he just said? But then he cites that he's... I said, where do you get your news? He says CNN, which we have proven to be liars. And, you know... And by the way, again, it always comes up. You're Italian. You're the road. Okay, but I have on my mother's side Scottish. You know what I mean? It's kind of white, isn't it? Why does my little ounce of Italian cancel out all that white blood? Oh, goodness gracious. I want to go to Chris on line 2 because Terry McAuliffe, he's the governor, I think, of Virginia. Of course, he's trying to make this a Second Amendment issue. Chris, how are you? Welcome to the show.
I'm doing pretty good, and I've waited my whole entire life to say this. Fuck that guy.
Which one? The guy I talked to or your governor?
No, the one that just called.
Yeah, fuck him is right, and everybody who thinks like him.
Well, he came out and he was, couldn't wait 20 minutes after the incident happened, and he had to go on about gun control, which kind of backfired because he admitted that 94 million people die by guns each day, and I'm thinking, yeah, we'll be dead by Sunday.
I know. What is it? What is that McAuliffe? And he thinks he's going to run for president, right, Chris?
We hope not. Trust me. I live in the state, and unfortunately for us, that's what we're forced to deal with because all of our voters live in Northern Virginia.
How do they get elected, guys like this? How does de Blasio, and I understand, but I mean, just look at what goes on in these cities, in Jerry Brown and California, they're about to secede. But how does Terry McAuliffe, you talk about a career politician, and he worked hand in hand with the Clintons, and, he's got Bill Clinton's pubes in his teeth, and so you said he backed off about the gun comments?
No. He couldn't wait till 20 minutes after. I think he came out before the shooter was even confirmed dead, talking about gun control and 94 million people die each day because of guns.
Yes,
and it's just nonsense.
It is nonsense. And
if you look at a voter map last year when Trump was getting elected, the entire state of Virginia is red, and it confuses me too.
Yeah.
But there's one county in Virginia, and Chesterfield is blue, and then everything up there in Arlington and Alexander is all blue.
It's all blue. And that's where I play, the Arlington Draft House.
Yeah.
That's blue too, right?
I believe so.
Well, that's the one place I play I get excited about because that's a real blue area, but that's when I know I have a pocket of fans because they come out to see me there in good numbers. And, yeah, D.C., I can't even do comedy there. I did the Improv twice in my life, and I never had a more miserable time.
No, don't do it, man. Look, come down to Richmond.
Yeah, I'll come down. I used to do the Funny Bone in Richmond. I did it twice.
Still there?
I don't know. I looked at a waitress wrong. They wouldn't have me back.
Oh, shit. My bad.
All right, man. Thanks, Chris.
All right, bro.
All right. Tommy in Texas, line 3. Go ahead.
Hey, Nick. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. How you doing?
Hey, bud, I just want to say I'm one of those 25-year-old guys you were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
And, man, everything you say, it's like I'm listening to my old man talk, and I just want to tell you I appreciate it.
Good. Your old man didn't touch you or anything, did he?
Nah, he wasn't like that, as far as I know. Maybe I wasn't conscious. Who's saying?
You're 20. Go ahead, Tommy. Sorry.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
You're 20. You're 25 years old. Did you go to college?
No, sir. I got in with a local company down here. It's a restaurant. Worked my way up the ladder, and now I'm making 6 figures. No college education. Not bragging, but
there you go.
My own way without it.
There you go.
And I just my dad taught me, have an appreciation for hard work, speak what's on your mind. And, man, like, listening to you is a breath of fresh air because what I do, I work with a lot of younger kids and stuff, and you got to watch what you say and watch how you treat them. And it's like, quit being a pansy ass and start working and quit whining about your situation.
Well, yeah.
Make it better.
Yeah. Well, it's got...
I just got to say, man, everything you say, I'm with you 100%.
Thank you, Tommy, and I like to hear that. You don't have to go to college, and that's a new trend now. A lot of kids your age are going back, learning a trade and stuff.
Yeah, it gets ridiculous. I mean, you're encouraged to go to college, get in a bunch of debt, start out behind the line. I mean, why are you going to start out a race from the end? You know what I mean?
Yes.
Start from the beginning, get ahead, and then figure out what you want to do.
Well, that's how it worked. I mean, back in the day, that's what this country was built on, working class stiffs. Not everybody went to college. Not everybody's meant to go to college, including myself.
Hell no, man. I mean, I went to school with so many kids that it's like, this dipshit ain't going to college, and if he does, he's going to waste a lot of time and even more money. So, like I said, man, it's just so refreshing to hear somebody who talks the way you do and just says what we're all thinking without the fear of being criticized for it.
Well, thank you, Tommy, and I appreciate it. I like hearing from guys your age. Thank you for the call. When I was in Hilarities in Cleveland, had a young black guy come up. He looked like late 20s with a Iranian kid, and I was calling millennials, and the Iranian kid said, no, we're at least the Middle Eastern kid said he was in his 30s. But they were saying the same. They appreciated, because they're sick of the PC and the restriction on language, that's why they came out to see me, and they appreciated, people have had enough. You can't tell people, you can't have half the country telling the other half what to think, how to live, without a war in the streets. Joe's been on the phone for almost 30 minutes on line 4. Joe from Chicago. Joey.
Hey, Nick. I know it's a tragedy and all, but
yes,
aren't these guys supposed to be working right now? Not practicing 3 times a day for a baseball game?
Yeah, that was the first thing I agree. They got it.
And this doesn't happen just there. It happens in all these other states, too, where all these politicians are, they're only down there for a certain amount of days. Get to work.
Yeah. Well, I mean, look, I understand, they have to blow off steam and stuff. And that was the first thing that struck me, that they were practicing. And I know it's for a charity and stuff. But I mean, this trouble's in some deep doo-doo, It feels like we're on the verge of a civil war to me. And D.C. is more than broken. So, yeah, I understand. And they can go to the gym and stuff, but you know what the thing is?
Yeah, they had warm-up outfits. They're playing at where the Nationals are playing, and they had the managers have a press conference. Come on, like a giant sporting event.
I know. Well, thank you, Joe, for the call. Look, these guys got to have a little bit of a life, but they don't, they're always on recess, and I agree, Hit the gym for a half hour with Paul Ryan. Do some lat pulls. Steve's been on the line for quite a while on line 4. Steve in Queens, welcome to the show.
Hey, Nocturnal Nick. What's up, brother?
How you doing?
Right, my man. Hey, listen, if a war goes down, I'm going to be like Enzo the Baker, and you're going to be like Michael Corleone, I'm just going to be standing there shaking in my boots, trying to look tough while you're handling business. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you got to try to light your cigarette. Your hands are all shaking, and
You're gonna act like a man.
Enzo the Baker.
Nick.
I'm the Baker. Yeah.
I'm here for your father.
I'm here for your father.
Hey, Nick.
Yes, sir.
There's not to make light, obviously, but so this guy comes up to this field and he says, essentially, which are the Republicans, which are the Democrats? I mean, in my opinion, wouldn't that be obvious? Because, the Republicans were playing and the Democrats were at the first aid truck holding their side from a cramp, waiting to get their trophies.
Yeah, unfortunately. I know you're trying to do a joke there, but there was no Democrats there.
You know what I mean?
They were practicing, they had a dance recital at Arthur Murray, and they were all... But, no. You can tell by the way they throw. If the guys out there were throwing like girls, you wouldn't have had to ask the question. But,
Yeah. It would have been obvious. They would have had their jeans on and, pair of Z Cavaricis from the 80s.
All right, Stevie. Take care, pal. Thank you. It's not fucking open mic here. That's why I love, you got to love some of the fans in New York. You know, they know they call up and they're working out a new 5 minutes for the amateur night at Caroline's on Monday. Jordan in Dallas has been on the line for almost 19 minutes. Jordan, what's going on?
How you doing, Nikki?
I'm hanging in there, fella. How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. Hey, real quick.
Yes, sir.
You're about 2 remarks away from being Alex Jones, so just be careful. I'm just giving you a hard time on that. Hey, really quick. The guy before who said, I was thinking the same thing. If you heard all those gunshots going off, how did he not hit more than a hip or like a leg somewhere? Like, this guy must have been the worst shooter in obviously history, but you know.
I don't know. What kind of? Go ahead. Sorry.
No, you go ahead. You're the host.
What kind of? I didn't really get any details, like I said, because I was reading the paper. What kind of weapon was it?
It was like a semi-automatic rifle, but if you hear it, there's a video. It's like literally 2.5 minutes, or about 2 minutes of just pop, 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 before you start hearing return fire. So it's, you know,
wow.
I don't know how. He must be horrible or not wanting to do it. I have no idea. But anyway, my question to you is, what would your reaction be?
Yes, sir.
If there was nothing, you know, if say it was a Republican who went to the Democrats and, you know, shot some Democrats or shot at some Democrats, how would you be reacting right now?
The same way. I'd be saying it wouldn't be a gun control issue, but
of course not. No. I don't want to go. I'm not going there at all. I'm not going there at all.
Well, no. Obviously, whoever's doing it should be shot dead, like this guy was.
Right.
But here's the difference. If it was a GOP guy, here's the difference. Okay. If it was a GOP or Republican and his face was, you know, you go to a social media, it was all pro-Trump shit.
Oh yeah.
Every news outlet, every newspaper, all the mainstream media would be telling you that. They tell you that even when it isn't somebody that leans right in them. When the Gabby Gifford shooting happened, they try to pin it on Sarah Palin and all that shit. The guy, it turned out that guy was like apolitical. He really didn't have either side, if I remember correctly. Correct. That's the difference. If it's a GOP shooter, they're going to tell you anyways. If there's even a slight doubt, they'll tell you it's somebody who leans right and it's obviously a pro-gun person. But the mainstream media is going to shove it down your throat. They would be going... You know, so, you know, it's just the media. If anybody's going to shoot anybody, again, I'm not condoning violence. Use a water gun or something. But, you know, squirt Rachel Maddow in the face with soapy water.
There is a certain amount of the population, and it's apparently not as much as I think, though, that are kind of middle of the road, right? Where we're not liberals. And I know you want to say that, okay, it's more of a moderate type of, like I voted for Bush, I voted for Obama. There are a certain amount of people out there who are kind of in the middle and are tired of all this bullshit fighting going on.
Yeah.
Because you have a shooting today, and regardless of what you see, you or anybody else, Fox News, CNN, you're going to see different stories. So there are people who...
Can I stop you there, though, Jordan? Let me challenge you there. A lot of people, because you're doing what a lot of people do, you're trying to equivocate with Fox News and CNN, and I've seen enough of both to know that Fox is way more fair than CNN.
Oh no, that was just an example. That's not.
No, I know, but people always do that. You lump in. Right. They always compare Fox News with MSNBC. Obama used to do that. It would make me fucking furious because if you watch some of Fox News, they have liberals on there, and there's people at Fox News who hate Trump. I mean, it's that work there, regular anchors. You can see it.
Yeah. It's mainstream media, period. People just need to quit staying at home. And like this guy, like you were saying before, probably sat on his chair, read too much social media, watched too much mainstream media, and then all of a sudden he's driving to Washington, D.C. with a gun. So that's pretty much.
Yeah.
All right, Nikki, I won't keep you long. Love the show.
Thank you, Jordan.
I agree with you all the time, but like I said, I love it. And
appreciate it, man.
I'll keep listening, buddy.
Thank you. I'm still laughing at the guy. Was it the first call that we're yelling at each other? I was actually having to fake my anger there. But a lot of people equivocate, you know. Oh, if you want, you know, MSNBC, Fox News, they're bad as one. No. No, fucking no. Rachel Maddow. Ugh. Just watch Chuck Todd and Meet the Press and not throw your shoes through the TV. I dare you. Let's listen to Bernie Sanders, since this guy was a big, an acolyte of Bernie Sanders. Here's what Bernie had to say.
Madam President, I have just been informed that the alleged shooter at the Republican baseball practice this morning is someone who apparently volunteered on my presidential campaign.
Volunteered.
I am sickened by this despicable act, and let me be as clear as I can be. Violence of any kind is unacceptable in our society, and I condemn this action in the strongest possible terms. Real change can only come about through nonviolent action, and anything else runs counter to our most deeply held American values. I know I speak for the entire country in saying that my hopes and prayers are that Representative Scalise, congressional staff, and the Capitol police officers who were wounded make a quick and full recovery.
That was my reaction. I'd like to believe you, Bernie, but see, everything you've been preaching your whole political life goes against what you just said. Okay? Socialist / communist. When you read about the history, they're all, it's all violent. But then again, this country came about, right? Through revolution. It's going to get messy. But like the last caller said about people in the middle and moderates, there's about 6 left. There's no middle, as they say, the middle can't hold. He has to say that. What else is he going to say? The guy volunteered. He did some good work. I didn't know him personally. But let's be honest. He is executing my policies that I've been preaching for the last 40 years. It's the hippies. It's the pacifists are the violent ones today. It's all ass backwards. Let's go to Chris in New York on line 1. Chris, only got 2 minutes.
Hey, Nick, what's going on?
How are you?
Listen, I got some bases to touch here from some of these callers. First of all, the guy that said you're only listening to opinion-based news.
Right.
There is no more opinion-based news station on TV today than CNN.
I know.
They'll give you about 8 seconds of the fucking story, and then until 6 a.m., until 9 p.m. at night, it's opinion, 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 and it skews one way. And to suggest that this media has not somehow emboldened these people to do what they're doing. When we had swastika spray painted on a Jewish school up here in Rochester about 3 months ago.
I'm sorry about that.
It was because Trump emboldened the man to do it. But now all of a sudden that this media has continued to embolden these people, now it's a different dialogue. Listen, for 8 years, the last 8 years, we've had to hear how this country is not so great by a president that went on an apology tour. And now that President Trump is in here on his slogan, "Let's make America great again," you hear a lot of people on the left saying, well, America is a great country. But for the bottom line is for the last 8 years, we've had it hammered into our head that we are not a great country. So they need to get off of that bullshit. Thank God, by the way, Nick, they're going on with the game tomorrow. So,
can you imagine? Well, it's a charity, Chris.
Well, listening to these people when they're saying that, the senator who was saying that, we're going to play the game tomorrow, he acts like he's fucking Joe Torre after 9/11 and the fucking Yankees in a playoff game.
I know.
Who gives a shit?
I know. You
fucking...
No, you're right. Thanks for the call, Chris. You're right. You hear something like that, and you do question. I judge these guys. I see them on TV. I actually look at their haircuts sometime. Seriously. And I go, you're wearing your hair, like that shows bad judgment. You have bad judgment. And I'm sure it metastasized to your political career and all facets of your life, not just your barber. It really does creep you out. Some of them sound way more educated than others, but in all fairness, that baseball game is a charity event, and it raises good money. And the Dems will be siphoning off it. No, that's a joke. But 30 seconds left. Holy moly, that first hour went by fast. I'll tell you, we'll all be dead soon, kids. Life is just whipping by. There's still a ton more calls on this, obviously, because it's a hot subject. So I think we'll stay on it when we come back, and we'll take your calls at 866-969-1969. It's the Nick DiPaolo radio program. Back after this. The first hour flew by. That's what acrimony does. It's a dangerous situation. Yes, sirree.
Who said that? Who the fuck said that? Who's the slimy little communist shit twinkle-toed cocksucker down here who just signed his own death warrant?
All righty. Hey, we got to get a woman on the line, you know. I know I have a male demographic. Sarah in Kentucky, welcome to the show. How are you, Sarah?
I'm not Sarah. I'm Cheryl.
Okay, well, it
Bunny
says...
G.
Okay, well...
You know me.
Bunny G, I go by what... Hold on. Now, slow it down. I'm going by what's on the screen. And, again, because we live in a world of cell phones, nobody can fucking understand anybody. And my call screener puts Sarah up. But I'll go with Bunny G because I know who you are. We all love you. Welcome to the show.
Oh, I love you, too. Listen, I listened to Bernie. And, if you know, I think if Thick Acknell Dogface would have come out, before Christmas and condemned in the strongest terms the violence that she saw happening in her name and Bernie's name, by the way. If they came out and said, knock this shit off and stop beating people with bike locks and macing people in the face and all this other violence that has been boiling over and the media is just shrugging at it. Of course this mentally ill asshole is going to snap and do something horrible like this. And Trump, I mean, he looked in shock to me. I mean, I think he is so insulated that he just is in shock. I have a feeling he's going to come out. I hope he's going to come out, like you said, and really condemn this in his terms. But don't you agree that, the fact that they're giving Kathy Griffin a pass and, all this other violent crap, the New York and San Antonio, remember down in, it was Austin. That is a cauldron of liberal bullshit. And they had a high school play with Trump being assassinated. I think you talked about it on the podcast. How it all adds up. Yeah. Don't you agree?
Yes, I do. But, during the campaign, what did you see? You saw that 70-year-old redneck punch that black guy in the face at a Trump rally. That ran on a loop on CNN for about a week and a half. And meanwhile, outside there was a girl being pelted who had a Trump hat on.
With the eggs.
And get hit with eggs in the face. Another person ran up and maced him. And Hillary didn't mention that. Bernie doesn't mention that. They're violent.
They don't condemn that.
No.
They don't condemn that in the harshest of terms. He just wants to distance himself because he's delusional and thinks that somehow he's going to be... I mean, he's trying to get away from the fact that he insulted every Christian in this country with his stupid comments.
Yeah.
Did you hear about that? Of course you did, because you read the paper.
Naturally.
And of course, that other guy, I'm not gonna go after him because that's why I called, because I got so mad. But and that asshole yesterday who said that we don't want to hear you on tangents. Your life is about tangents. Your tangents are funny. I mean, that's why we listen to you. Otherwise, we could just listen to anybody or read. We want to hear your take on the news.
Well, yeah.
So anyone who doesn't like your tangents can go listen to NPR and go have some herbal tea, you beta male asshole. Okay? We don't want to hear you. We want to hear someone with balls,
Honey,
all right?
Now, honey, did you say milk and bread? What else am I bringing up?
I love you.
Sarah,
if you weren't married,
Sarah, it's a 2-hour show. Sarah, I got 1,000 calls I got to get to.
I know. Well, anyway,
I'm still calling you Sarah.
That's okay. That can be my secret name.
Funny galore.
But you know me. I love you.
Thank you, honey.
I just wanted to stick up for you because 2 days in a row, these beta male assholes that, tell them,
all right,
their balls. Tell them to find their balls, okay?
Okay.
Because people like me, because I'm a pretty good-looking girl. All my friends, we don't like people like him. Okay? Maybe they'll die out.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Love your show.
Thank you.
Keep it
bud.
up.
Thank you, money. Try not to cry. She's good. She's a podcast. She's been with me since the beginning. She donates, and she worked the comedy clubs in Boston when I was coming up. She's not a comic. She worked at the clubs and stuff. She knows her comedy, but Mamma mia, Papa Dia, baby's got a diarrhea. Let's go to John in Texas on line 6. John?
Hey there, Nick.
What's up, John?
Hey, man. How dumb do these politicians actually think we are when they get on TV, start holding hands, singing Kumbaya, oh, we're going to get the rhetoric out of this, oh, we're all going to get along. No, you're not.
Hold on. Hey, lower your voice because I can't understand you. I don't know if you're on speakerphone or... Go a little softer. Go ahead.
Okay. About these politicians, how dumb they think we are.
Yep.
They get on TV, hold hands, sing Kumbaya, say, oh, we're going to get along, we're going to stop with all the rhetoric. We all know it's not going to last.
Right.
It's going to last till sundown. It's bullshit how dumb they think we are. And honestly, I don't want my politicians, getting along with the other politicians. I want them fighting tooth and nail for what I voted them into office for.
Yeah. Well, I agree with that. Right now, that's true. When they were closer together, it's like, okay, work together. But they're so divided right now, you have to defeat the enemy, which is liberalism. It has to be extinguished.
Well, yeah, and then the problem is, the liberals from back in the 80s, maybe the 70s, they still think that same type of liberalism, is what the Democratic Party is now.
Right.
And it's not.
No.
And they can't see that, especially the older Democrats, and that's what I saw in this election.
Right.
It's like your Democratic Party left you years ago. You're just too dumb to realize it.
That's what it feels like. Thank you, John, for the call. That's what it feels like. He makes a good point. Because, like I said, old school, I call them classic liberals. They were really smart, looked at both sides of the issues. But, man, this new strain of progressives, just fucking hateful. Just, whether they're throwing stones at somebody trying to speak, busting windows, Occupy, just fucking. And because they're getting beat. They're getting beat idea-wise. They can't believe everybody's not a globalist. And I'm telling you, read that book, The Bilderberg Group, the truth about the Bilderberg Group. And it sheds a lot of light on this. But I've been saying on my podcast, before I even got the radio show, you can go back to my older podcast about, it looks like there's going to be a civil war, And you know who else said it? My boy, Pat Buchanan, said it. He wrote it last week sometime. But he wrote a whole thing saying just how crazy it is. And he says, thus far, it is a nonviolent struggle, though street clashes between pro and anti-Trump forces are increasingly marked by fistfights and brawls. Police are having difficulty keeping people apart. A few have been arrested carrying concealed weapons. That the objective of this city is to bring Trump down, meaning D.C., via deep state media coup is no secret. Few deny it. And then he goes on to explain how last week Comey admitted under oath that he used a cutout to leak to the New York Times. Remember his friend at Columbia? With the idea of hoping a outside prosecutor would be hired. That was the whole thing. And who do they hire? This Robert Mueller guy, who's Comey's, they were asshole buddies at the FBI and stuff. They called them like the law twins or whatever. I mean, best friends, literally. That's who he hires. All this shit stinks to high heaven. And I guess, like the caller said a few minutes ago, they think we're that retarded. Some of us are paying attention that don't have kids and don't have Don't have to work 80 hours a week, but I mean, there is no middle ground. So they're trying to take Trump down, and whether it's impeachment or whatever. And while all this is going on, the Republicans are getting none of the agenda pushed through, which means they'll get their asses handed to them the next time there's an election. And, so the Dems are playing hardball, but they're so, and this is funny coming out of me, they're so angry. Kirsten Gillibrand, she's a, New York politician. She's kind of a good-looking blonde. I think she's gay, right? She gay? I don't know if she's out yet or not, but she's fucking saying, she says fuck more than me while she's giving a speech, which I like. It turns me on, but not my politicians. But they are losing their mind. They're losing their mind. Oh my God. These phones won't go away today, will they? This is what happens. Derek in Las Vegas. What's going on, Derek?
Hey, Nick, how you doing?
I'm hanging in there, buddy.
Hey, I'll preface this by saying, you know what, I am a Democrat.
Yeah.
But you know what, I think it's important that I enjoy listening to your show and I enjoy listening to you because, you know what, I think we as people need to get information from both sides rather than just listening to the same ideological bullshit that's being pushed to us by somebody else's agenda.
That's true.
When you're able to get information from both sides, that means you're at least able to have a better idea or a better picture as far as what bullshit they're trying to at least feed you or make you think. So, you know what? I think a lot of these people need to kind of take a step back and listen to both sides of the argument rather than just listening to like-minded people that are just going to agree with you because, you know what? You're never going to get anywhere with that bullshit.
That's true. The only problem is, though, Trump was elected. Duly elected, and people on the left are out of their fucking minds. And
okay, and I will agree with you on that, but I'll say this. I think the reason why the people on the left, or at least the Democrats, are so pissed off is the fact that they feel that he wasn't elected because he did not win the
the popular vote.
Exactly, the Electoral College.
Yeah, well, grow up, man. It's like, grow up. That's not how it works. There's a reason we have an Electoral College, so Rhode Island can be represented equally as, what I mean?
But I will say this.
Yeah.
If they're going to have a fucking baseball game, who the hell did they expect to come and watch this fucking thing?
Well, no, wait a minute. Now, hold on. They get like 10,000 people to watch.
But exactly, if there's no middle ground and you have 10,000 people coming to watch this fucking game, what are you going to have, segregated seating? If there wasn't a shooting on the field, there's going to be one in the fucking stand.
Oh, no, baseball brings us together.
Oh, it sure brought Jackie Robinson a lot of fame, didn't it?
I don't know what that means, but, yes, it did, actually, now that you think about it. I was born the same. Thank you for the call. What the hell did that mean? See, there comes the bitterness. See? He ended it with America's racist. And I'm not going to pretend people love to go, oh, I'm in the middle. I'm not going to pretend that I agree with, because right now, like I said, back in the 40s and 50s, the conservatives were wrong on race and shit. They were on the wrong side of the argument. They were the dummies. But you know what? The left are the dummies today. And I'm not just going to pretend to be down the middle. Remember the call when we first started this show? The guy goes, "You're definitely pro-Trump this show." I'm not working for a news organization. It's my own radio show. I don't have to. I'm not obligated to be neutral. Am I? I don't know. But right now, the left is they have fucking lost their tits. And this Robert Mueller, he's the special prosecutor. I mean, this is going to be a witch hunt. They have endless funds, and he's going to keep digging and digging. And him and Comey, like I said, were literally best friends. How the fuck? How's that not a conflict of interest? Not that I know much about the law. So, I don't know. Let's go to Connor in Fargo. He's a regular caller. Connor, what's up?
Hey, Nick, how's it going today?
I'm hanging in there. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. Hey, I wanted to bring up a point you made earlier, which I agree with you 100% about people who try to equate Fox and CNN saying they're both on either side. They proved that wasn't the case with that study from Harvard.
Yes. Yes, Shorenstein.
That it was like that Fox was about 50% positive, 50% negative
Right.
on Trump, and it's like 90% CNN. I will actually go as far as to say that I'm not defending MSNBC, but I will say that at least they don't even try to do that, because they gave that Buddy Holly lookalike Rachel Maddow her own show, and they had Reverend Al Sharpton had his own show for years.
Yes.
And so you can't. CNN at least they'll be like, well, we're phoning the news. Well, MSNBC, that'd be kind of like, the Fox News having David Duke on and trying to say, well, no, he's just a commentator. It's completely. It's not even close to the same amount. So I don't even group them really in the same, because they're just
I know you don't, Connor. I know you don't, but they don't market themselves as, hey, we're totally left wing. They pretend. They pretend that they're the objective ones, and they put Joe Scarborough on in the morning, and that big-titted Mika Brzezinski. They're banging each other, by the way. But they
mentioned earlier.
They pretend they're kind of they think they're moderate. But go ahead.
That's one thing about what you mentioned earlier about I actually grew up that's why I kind of have a little bit of an accent. I grew up actually outside of Richmond, Virginia.
Yeah.
And that Terry McAuliffe aside being just a horrible person, but that whole state, like what you mentioned before, is that it's a very, very conservative state. It's been that way for many years. But Richmond, Charlottesville, where University of Virginia is, which is very, 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 very liberal.
Yep.
And then Fairfax in Northern Virginia, those three hubs having just a little bit more population than the rest of the state, it swings the entire thing.
Yes.
So it's like a miniature Canada, essentially.
Yes.
The whole country is run by 3 cities.
Yeah, and that's what, and that's why we have electoral college as far as statewide goes, for that reason. All right, thank you, Connor. Good
show was great.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Yeah, MSNBC, he'll tell you them. People look at me and go, Obama's a moderate. Really? Well, yeah, I mean, he's bought and paid for by Wall Street and blah, blah, blah. Okay, but how about all the other shit that he did? Busing in people from South America, not even telling the mayors of certain cities and dumping them off at them. I talked to a school teacher in Lynn, Massachusetts. This guy used to, on my podcast, to email me. He goes, I'm a school teacher. These kids would show up from like Central America or whatever. They'd be in school for like a couple months and then just gone. Buffalo, they were irate. Busloads of people. Refugees coming in under, Obama's executive order or whatever. But I'm not going to sit here and pretend to agree with people so it sounds like I'm moderate. You either believe it's right or wrong. And right now, sorry, the people on the right make a lot more sense to me. I said it again about Trump. Yeah, he quit trying to cover him, the press, like he's a conventional president like the previous 44. He's not. It's most of the reason he got elected. Alan on line 6. I want to go to a state we don't hear from much, West Virginia. Alan, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Nick.
What's happening?
I just wanted to let you know that you have a new loyal fan, loyal listener. I just wanted to say it's very refreshing to hear a different perspective than all of the liberal bullshit that is shoved down our throats 24/7. I listen to a lot of talk radio. I'm in sales. I'm in the car all day long. And, I love listening to the comedy channels where I've heard you in the past. I like your stuff, but I'm even more loyal now.
I appreciate
it. Talk radio, I love listening to all the guys on all the lineups, but, when they get off on their liberal bullshit, it pisses me off. I have to continually change the channel. And it's nice to hear a conservative perspective, because most of us sit back, and in sales, you have to play the fence. You have to play the middle ground.
Yep.
You have to listen to it all the time. Let it be shoved down your throat. And for someone to actually speak up, and especially a comedian, I don't know of any other comedians. I mean, are there any other conservative comedians out there, or have ones that have conservative perspectives?
Yeah, there are. I mean, Dennis Miller, but, he sort of made the jump after he was famous. I was dumb enough to open my mouth on a show called Tough Crowd, like my first real national exposure, and I'm screaming about cultural Marxism with the commercials and stuff. Thanks for the call, Alan. I appreciate that you're a loyal listener. And I'm sure there's a lot more conservative, people that lean right because it's show business, though. I've been doing this 30 years. And, you get to a point where, like, okay, fuck it. I got to find a place. I don't care what anybody thinks about my politics now, You got to be funny first, though. You got to be funny. And if you prove you're funny, and we do have a lot of crossover listeners since we've only been on a month or so, but people call up and say, I don't agree with your politics, but I like your comedy. And, you have to be funny first. Otherwise, you're just going to come across as preachy, regardless if you're left or right. And I'm not a true conservative. Like I said, because I'm in this business, and if you're in show business, when I say that, Tom Cruise is in show business. Tom Hanks is in show business. Beyonce's in show business. I don't know what this thing is. Like Artie Lang said about stand-up comedians, we're like the plumbers of the showbiz, But when you're in this business, and if you lean right on 2 issues out of 10, that makes you, Strom Thurmond, or whatever. Crazy. They think you're a crazy right-winger. But I have friends, thank God, like the Louis C.K.'s of the world. Even Amy Schumer. I mean, they're more reasonable than, a lot of people. And you got to hear each other out. I'm not going to not be friends with somebody if I disagree with their politics. I think, that's only one facet of even my sister, I remember my sister Darlene saying, you look at everything through a political filter. And I go, I do. But that's how the world looks, But she's got kids working her ass off, and all my siblings don't have time for this horse shit, But I like porn and news. And the adult kind. People over 17. Let's go to Louis on line 3 from Coney Island. Hey, Louis.
Republicans.
Oh, did you shut it? Did he hang up, or did you do that?
We cut him off.
Huh?
We cut him off.
Wait a minute. Brendan said no. Do you cut him off?
I did.
You shouldn't have done that. He was doing a thing from Colors. What are you doing? I'll give you this. Andy.
That's from Warriors.
Yeah, Warriors.
That's Warriors, sorry. And you cut him off. That could have been very funny. Have you seen Warriors, Andy?
I have.
Well, come on.
I didn't put together Coney Island.
Yeah, there you go. Andy's just trying to do his job. I don't know. He's got a quick trigger finger tonight. The dangerous situation. Say it. Give us a little pony.
You're going to take care of his fucking kids?
Sounds even better through the headphones. And I'll do Paulie Walnuts. I'll say it again. What the fuck is there to think about? Hey, T. Not for nothing. I get 3 dimes on this. There's so many more. Ronnie in Long Island. Ronnie.
Hey, Nick.
I'm taking a lot of calls because the things are lit up tonight, and this is what the show's about, letting America, the silent majority have their... What's going on, Ron?
Nothing. To the last guy's point, did you catch CNN this morning with Andrew Cuomo?
Oh, goodness, no, I didn't.
It's unbelievable how you're looking for, you're jumping through channels, so like those of us, the independents out there, who at least, kind of level-minded.
Yeah.
Jumping back and forth, and all Senate panel of every single Democrat ever, not one view of the other side, not even independent. You watch it, it's like, all right. And you remember right after the election, like CNN kind of was behaving themselves because it was the Clinton News Network.
Yeah.
Almost apologetic.
Yeah.
And, okay, so now things are going to snap back, and we'll get center again.
Yeah.
Just if you get the chance, check it out. It's pretty funny. I'm like jumping just trying to catch the news, a couple of things, this, that, the other thing. We all saw the hearing yesterday. Like, okay, what's going to be, because you can actually get a decent opinion out of a couple of guys. Like, what's your issue? And watching it, like, okay, we're going to get the entire Democratic point of view.
Exactly.
This morning, not one single dissenting view.
Of course not.
But,
hey, I'm up against a break, Ronnie, but thank you.
Okay.
Thanks for calling. Absolutely, but he's right about that. It's so funny they don't even try. And there's a compilation tape of CNN of them cutting off people when somebody says something pro-Trump. You can look at a compilation tape. I mean, it's like watching great plays in the NFL, great hits or something. Hey, when we come back, a very funny gentleman. I think he's a New Yorker, right? And I saw him on TV. I think he's very funny. I'm glad to get him in here. Matt Burke will be with us. So sit tight, kids. Back after this. That cracked me the hell. That's Matt Burke, folks. Go to mattburkecomedian.com to check out his schedule and hit him up on Twitter and Instagram at Hey Matt Burke. And from Queens originally.
Yes.
And that was your Gotham set. How long ago was that?
That was almost 2 years ago.
Was it 2 years ago?
That's so awful to listen to yourself.
Well, I was just going to say it. We were just laughing before you came in. Every comic we have in here.
Yeah.
It's just, some of them take their headphones off and they go lay on the couch.
Yeah, I took them off halfway through. I had them in the back.
Isn't that ridiculous? Because you work so hard to come up with shit like that.
Yeah.
And then as soon as you're finished with it.
It's like a potato bug or something. As soon as you lift the rock, it takes off.
I am not familiar with a potato bug.
I was thinking, watching, because they got the big, brightly lit fishbowl out
downstairs,
front, where the big shows are.
Yeah.
Nothing against you. But I wondered what makes somebody do that as opposed to us, we want to go in a basement that's dark.
That's
with
right.
low lights and do our thing.
Yeah.
What are we hiding?
Oh, a lot. I don't know what you're hiding, but I got a ton of shit. And a basement's not going to hide it.
Yeah.
I know. Then we go on stage. We fly around the country and point out what we should be hiding.
Yeah.
And look what it's done for me. I'm in the small studio to bring it full circle. But yeah, I told you. He's talking about, you come into Sirius in the lobby, there's like a glass studio and you can watch people. It's usually, isn't that where they interview like famous people and these musicians, Andy?
Yeah, they only use that for special events.
Yeah. Who was in there, Matt, when you came in? Was
New
there
Edition, I think, is in there.
Seriously?
I think.
I wouldn't know New Edition if they came in here and sat on my lap. I walked in. I told you before we came on the air with Matt. Chris Matthews was promoting a book about a year ago in that glass bowl, and there was a bunch of people standing around, looking into the glass, watching him. And there were people, and I was giving him the finger and shit, trying to get his attention. And I was doing play-by-play out loud. I'm like, I hate this motherfucker. And I forgot there were strangers around. I hear people giggling. A couple of the brothers at work in security are laughing. I'm giving Chris Matthews the finger, and that guy was a cop at one point. But Matt, so how long you've been at this a while?
Yeah, 88 or 89 was my first open mic.
88 would put you at 29 years, wouldn't it?
That seems ridiculous.
That's when I started.
A big chunk in the middle.
What did you do in the middle?
I'm not sure. I flew around a lot. I had fun. I don't think I was concentrating like the kids.
Did you do a lot of road
today
work?
Are very concentrated.
Yes, they are.
Aren't they?
Well, this is what the kid. You mean the young kids in comedy?
Yeah.
You mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. This is what they do. This is how they get started in comedy. They drive around in the car and listen to satellite radio.
They didn't have John Fox going, come, come down this path.
John Fox. Anytime the word road warrior comes up, John Fox. Yeah. Do you understand how many comics have done a ton of road, yet his name? So how much did he do?
Yeah.
How much road work did he do?
How many people did he touch? He's like a Mother
Do you mean
Teresa.
Emotionally or physically? I know there's some waitresses.
I spoke to him like 2 weeks before he passed. I got Nancy Ryan got his number for him.
I forgot he passed.
Yeah.
Let me guess. Where was he? La Quinta Inn?
No.
Doing an improv?
No, he was in a hospice.
Oh,
He had
goodness.
colon cancer.
Maybe I didn't know that.
I got to speak to him and just said, thanks. I had fun.
How old was he?
Couldn't have been more than 60, right?
Party hardy man, right?
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
he lived he didn't just do the road.
And I was like emceeing and featuring then.
Oh, you work with him a lot.
Yeah, a few times. And he never made you feel bad or small. It was just one big party with him. And it kind of didn't end.
Always heard about it. I mean, and I'd see clips of him and stuff. But when Louis did an episode, he had Florentine playing sort of that guy.
Uh-huh.
His John Fox popped into my head. Florentine's character. Did you see that on Louis?
No.
He was just a a headliner, and
yeah,
he's in a comedy condo. I think it was with Louis, and
Yes,
and he's like,
I did.
He's like, you're taking it. Florentine's like, you're taking it too fucking serious, man. I like to have a good time. Louis trying to sleep, and he's got two broads at the condo at 6 a.m. and snorting coke. It was so well done. And John Fox was, he was that guy.
He picked up a
chlamydia
twice. We were at the shore room of Rascals. Remember the one deep down?
I know West Orange.
South Shore. No, South
down,
Shore.
Yes,
yeah.
Yes, at the hotel.
You had the hotel, and they had a freestanding club, and they had a Halloween party the Friday night before Halloween.
Yes.
He picked up a girl there. They disappeared. Turns out she was the chambermaid at the hotel they were putting us up in.
You kidding me?
So I came out the next day, and I saw him, and I said, what happened with the girl? He goes, she's a chambermaid in this hotel. She came in to clean the room today. I fucked her. Made her leave her name tag on.
First of all, that was a dead-on impression. Made her leave her name tag. Like the chambermaid. Most of us going for the hot waitress.
This, for those of you who don't know, he was the guy who would place his cock in the milk at the condo for the next comics that were coming in. So anybody knew if John Fox worked before you, don't touch anything in the fridge.
Well, I didn't know that, and I drank about a pint of that shit. Some of the most salty milk I've ever had, I'll tell you. Bobby Slayton did that to me. Didn't dip his balls in milk, but it was the comedy condo, and I was doing a club in Cleveland. I can't remember which one it was, the Improv or whatever the fuck. And I opened the freezer. There's a refrigerator. I opened the freezer, and there's a Hustler centerfold with a girl. It's the magazine's in the freezer, like touching the ice cubes. And he left a note for me. Hey, you dumb guinea, or whatever. That's the beauty of it. Luckily, I didn't do much of that. I did a couple condo. That was the one, the comedy condo in Cleveland. This will probably lose a few of my conservative listeners, but the VCR was broken. Give you an idea how long ago it was. There was nothing. There was no porn, and all I could find was a 50th anniversary, the Greatest Pictures of Life magazine. So I jerked off to that Vietnamese girl running down the street naked.
Excuse me. There was nothing. There wasn't even an Eleanor Roosevelt.
I know. I would have went with Eleanor Rook because at least she's legal. This poor chick's got napalm in her hair, and I'm like, that's close enough. I'll pretend it's shampoo. But I brought that up on stage for about a week, and even my audience was like, nah. Come on.
If you were more indie, you'd get away with that.
That's exactly right.
It's self-exhibition, but you're a pig, so it's disgusting.
See that? He just hit it right on the head, though, and that's how we are looked at. Yeah. Well, he was a jock. He's just a pig. He probably likes to grab pussy, like Trump or like Hillary. And it's actually a good point. I'm not the artist. Kathy Griffin does it. That's art.
Yeah.
You know? So, what else did I want to ask you? How
my morning was?
Married.
I am married.
And with kids.
With 2.
You said you took a break.
In the comedy biz?
Yes.
Kinda.
Yeah.
Well, once the kids were born.
Is that
once
what
I got
it was?
married and the kids were born, it just got harder and harder, and I was working part-time stuff because I didn't want to travel. So I was down to maybe 1 weekend a month at some points, and I wasn't writing, I wasn't working out.
So what I'm doing now, basically.
Yeah, so I was just reciting, so it wasn't working. And I just hoped that somebody would come to me and say, you're shit now. Here's stage time to work it out and figure it out. And Mark Lund out of Governors, when they bought Governors, he took me aside and said, you're shit now.
Did he really?
Yeah. He said, take every Thursday and Sunday. You can never bomb too hard that you won't work here again as long as you're trying to figure it out. So I kind of started all over almost 3 years ago.
And it's all you do, right?
Yeah.
So do you do a lot of row work now or no?
No.
No?
Just that,
Around here?
Not too many planes anymore.
Yeah. But you did that.
Yeah, and I'm living off the money that I saved while I was working, so that's running out. So something's going to give sooner or later.
And you got a wife and kids.
Yeah, you know how it is.
I don't.
It's hand to mouth.
Yeah.
And you got nothing this weekend, and
yeah. No,
I've been a couple of years before you're not relevant to a young audience. No matter how truthful your words are.
Don't say that, will you?
You're old and irrelevant.
This is my last bullet in my chamber here.
Yeah.
This thing. I don't see
You
myself.
should have a bullet. I'm like crawling around in the dark looking for my bullet. That's the point I'm at. You found your bullet.
Hopefully, but it gets scary, man. I got lucky. I started in the '80s, late '80s in Boston, and that was the peak year for stand-up all over the country. But Boston was the mecca, and every restaurant and pub had a amateur night, not just in Boston and in New England, for every state, Rhode Island, Vermont, New Hampshire, Maine. Every restaurant had a comedy night, and on Monday night I'd be at some Chinese restaurant in Rhode Island. Tuesday night I'd be back in Boston at Stitches. Wednesday I'd be at a ski lodge in Burlington, Vermont. Thursday I might be at Nick's. Friday at a Mexican restaurant called Frank's in Franklin, Massachusetts. I could show you my book, and me and Louis C.K. we got spoiled. I thought that's how it was. We had over 300 nights as like a second year in the business. Barry Katz, I don't know if you know Barry. Yeah, he was our manager, and he booked all these rooms. So I would close 2 rooms. I'd do a Mexican restaurant in Franklin, Mass. And on the way home, I'd go through Leominster, I'd close Sully's. And they'd hand me $250, $300 cash each.
Yeah, the money was, when you think about that, like I would make $600 to MC on a weekend. The late early 90s.
Right.
But you wouldn't get that to feature now.
No, I know.
And the fact that the money is even worth less than it was, and you're getting less.
I didn't even think of that.
We're almost working for nothing at this point.
No, that's right. That's right. Those were the good times, believe it or not. Driving around.
The beginning's always the best.
It was fun.
Yeah.
It was really fun. I don't want to seem too jaded. And I know these young comics, and I hate to say it, and I'm like, I can't wait to get... I went to Hilarities in Cleveland last weekend, and I said to the audience, I'm not doing any more clubs. I said, this radio thing better catch on. I'm only doing theaters one night. Cut to me in about a month. I'll be going out to Uncle Vinny's. I'll be at Uncle Vinny's in Point Pleasant going, come on, give me that envelope of cash. But
if you can get me in there. Go ahead.
Do you do that one?
No, I don't do it.
You know what? I will get you in there. Seriously. But no, they pay,
Yeah.
They hand you an envelope of cash, and they pay well, and they actually turned it into a decent room.
Yeah.
So, but where do you work now? Just like McGuire's and all the Long Island rooms?
Island rooms, Pennsylvania, Connecticut. I'm doing the Cellar now.
Are you going to try to get on? We should see you on Colbert and these shows and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm ready to do that.
Huh?
Now. I wasn't ready, but I think I'm ready now.
I'm not. I'm going backwards. I did Letterman a couple times, a couple of Lenos, and I don't come across well. I can't really be. It's not just the cursing. I can temper my act. I'm a professional, but I just don't. People always come up to you and go, "You're so much funnier live." I go, "Yeah, that's how
everything is."
That's how everything is exactly. Yeah. I saw a juggler on TV. He sucked, and I saw him at the mall. This fucking guy knocked the tits off me.
Not that those shows do much for you, but it's almost like a chip shot now you're supposed to take just to be at a certain level.
It feels like a high school diploma or whatever, right?
Or a GED or whatever it is.
Exactly.
If you don't have that, at least, you can't work here.
And it's right. It doesn't do much for you, People think, ooh, national TV, but you're better off going on Joe Rogan's podcast. I swear to God. I've done a couple. Huh?
How'd you do after that?
After Rogan's podcast? I added 6 followers to my Twitter feed.
Nice.
No.
One was a Russian sex worker. She's not there anymore.
Yeah, exactly. And she used to bang John Fox. It's Andy, Andy's
yes.
Andy Flowers, Andy Fiore. How long have you been doing it, Andy?
This will be 9 years October.
That's it?
That's it.
9 years? Do you get depressed when you hear guys like me and Matt going, fuck the road, I'm not getting on a plane again?
So much.
Does it piss you off?
No.
It should. How else are you going to make money?
Huh?
You should still be excited. Are you
I am excited, yeah.
Yeah, I can tell by your posture.
It's my scoliosis, Nick. It has nothing to do with comedy.
I did him a little favor last week. I want to get in the Comedy Cellar. Can you put a word in with Esty? So I text Esty, and Matt sends over tape. And what happened 3 minutes into it? There was some porn on there? No. No, you sent it last week?
I'm just waiting to hear.
He's biting his nails today. That he can't believe she hasn't called him back and said, "Oh yes,
you're blowing it out of proportion."
Matt, I know I'm fucking hyperbole. It's fucking comedy, stupid. Jesus Christ.
Well, at least now there's somebody behind me online. I can beat somebody for a spot.
So So Andy was waiting for Esty to call back and go.
It's stressful.
Okay, Andy, I know your friends at Nick's. I give you a Tuesday, 11:15, a Wednesday, 1:55. Last time she heard me imitating her, she like got pissed. I love Esty, but she doesn't take to that. I go, that's a form of flattery. She goes, fuck you, I'm from Israel. I don't know what the fuck that means.
And then she garroted him.
Garroted, you go. We're talking to Matt Burke. You wouldn't know it because I'm fucking yapping. Coffee and cocaine and Lipitor, it's all kicking it. But go to mattburkecomedian.com, check out his schedule. Or just go to the Long Island Chamber of Commerce. I don't know what that means. Follow him on Twitter, Instagram at Hey Matt. I like how when you have a common name, you got to put something in front of it.
Yeah.
Like, it's Hey Matt Burke, H-E-Y, not Hey. He didn't grow up on a farm in Queens. What do you think of your boy? Where do you stand politically, Matt? You're a Queens guy.
I sit now. I used to stand, but I sit now.
You sit now?
Yeah. I'm off. I'm at a rhythm with pretty much everybody, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I was told.
Small L libertarian, maybe?
See, I keep forgetting that that's a classification. That's really where I am I not? You think, Andy?
Yeah, I think so.
Again, I was explaining earlier, when you're in show business and if you lean right in 2 out of the 10 issues, they think you're a fucking Nazi.
Yeah, that's the whole thing.
Right?
Because you can't say anything anymore.
Yeah.
It's very hard to say anything on stage because people have this snap judgment that, well, you're on that side. Because they have to have everybody in a bin.
But who cares what people at McGuire's think of you politically?
They don't even care.
No, that's right. That's a good. I don't. I still say shit. Let's go to Justin in South Carolina. Justin, what's going on?
Hey, Nikki.
What's happening?
Hey, I'm going to a small school up in Salem, Massachusetts for the first time ever. Is there anything I should go see?
You going to where you going? Salem State?
Absolutely. I'm a Viking now.
Oh, there you go. I think you guys have played Nebraska in the Orange Bowl a few years ago, didn't you? No.
Who the hell knows?
Salem State. Well, yeah, you should go to the Witch House. That's when my I'm not kidding. My mother was born in Salem. The Golden Banana, which is a strip club in Peabody, Massachusetts, not far from Salem. Are you writing these down, Justin?
I got my pen pad right here.
The New England Aquarium, and then I'm trying to think. Wait,
is the banana still going?
The Golden, yes, it is. The banana is still going.
But it's a little bruised now?
Yes, it has all age spots on it. The guy died. It's so funny. Yeah,
it's always funny when a guy dies.
Yeah, the guy that owned it, big thing in the paper. The guy Joe DeBe. It's always an Italian guy in his 90s. He looks like he's 60. Somebody poisoned his drink in the VIP room. But I'm trying to think of other places. What's the place? Do you go into Boston, Justin? Much?
For one day.
There's a bar there. Oh God.
I'm 18.
Oh, you're 18. I don't give a shit. Get a fake ID. Say you're Iranian. You can walk around the country and do anything.
I'm Jewish.
You're Jewish. Oh, and you're going to Salem State? What a disappointment, huh?
Oh, that hits close to home.
That hits close to home. Yeah, your parents must be thrilled. You must be the only Jew at Salem State.
My sister got a full ride. My sister got a full ride to the College of Charleston.
Wait a minute. Are you from South Carolina originally?
Yeah. Well, my whole family is from Queens, but I'm the odd bird.
From Queens. Matt Burke is from Queens, a comedian we're talking to right now. Where in Queens?
Flushing. My dad's from Flushing. My mom's actually from Huntington, but my sister was born in Flushing.
Flushing. Archie Bunker neighborhood, no?
Kinda. He's more Astoria.
Oh, he was Astoria. That's right.
Yeah.
Where are you in Queens?
I grew up in Bayside.
Bayside. So yeah, I go to Daisy Buchanan's in Boston. It's where visiting baseball teams go to fuck the waitresses. And I lived in a complex. A girl worked there. She was a waitress. She used to bring home like the American League West. And she had a retarded kid. She was a single mom, and she was like a redhead, real wild and good looking. And we said, "Who has the biggest dick in base?" She goes, "Frank White." Didn't even finish the question.
That was like a novel. That whole thing.
What's it called?
Daisy Buchanan's. I'm telling you. Yeah, go there. You'll be trying to push the Cincinnati Reds out of the way and the Yankees to get laid, but it's a lot of fun. So that's all I can do. Justin, good luck with you. Jew in Salem, enjoy. That was a great call. A Jewish kid grows up in South Carolina from Queens. What a mess.
Yeah.
Huh?
He doesn't know who he is.
Exactly. He doesn't. He's calling here for advice. Daisy Buchanan's. I can't remember the girl's name, but she used to be at the pool with her poor little kid. Was a little, he's teaching the kid to swim. He's 31. Swim to daddy. My buddy goes, yeah, kid's going to swim like a... My buddy goes, kid's going to float like a set of car keys. That's still funny. That was said in 1985, 86. Yeah, the kid's gonna float like a set of car keys. Mama. Oh, goodness. So, but you work enough, Matt, to cover your, you get kids.
Barely.
You have serious
My wife
responsibilities.
works
What? Oh, that's how sexist I am. And even didn't even figure that in. Really? She's not home barefoot?
Yeah, I put myself on a one-way thing.
What do you mean?
Burn what was behind me, and I'm going to go, and if it doesn't work out, there's a lot of high buildings in this.
No, don't do that.
No.
Don't that. You'll land on a Taurus, well, I'll be disappointed. Yeah, that's a lot of pressure. I didn't, luckily, couldn't have kids. I get hit with a bad hop in a softball game, and that was that. But who else is on here? Oh, so Alex says Daisy Buchanan's closed 2 years ago. Alex, what's going on?
What's going on? Sadly, it did close 2 years ago.
It probably died of chlamydia itself, the bar.
Yeah, it may have.
But was that still the case, Alex? A lot of when in the 80s when I hung out there, it was always the visiting teams would go there.
Yeah, the visiting teams, the home teams, yeah, till the day it closed.
Is that right? See, some things never
it had a
change.
very, very good run.
Did you hang out there much?
I worked there, actually. Yeah,
Oh, no
I worked there and hung out there.
No shit. Did you pull a lot of strange out of there?
Yeah, it was a good place for that. It absolutely was.
I remember picking up a utility shortstop for the Mets there. He was Dominican. I was 23 and I was in shape. Thank you. All right.
Uncut, probably.
Uncut, did you say? Who, me or him? Uncut. I love that. No, I know I was cut. I did it myself.
Yeah.
All right, buddy.
All right.
Thank you for the report.
I got ordained this morning. I'm a minister now.
You're not even kidding right now.
I've been in the city all day. Yeah, I came in early and I went to the clerk. Had a thing signed because my friend wants me to perform his wedding.
Huh. How does that work?
I don't know. He went online and got me ordained. They sent me a packet. You ever get a packet?
No.
He sent a packet.
Yeah.
I have the parking pass. I have the thing to hang on the rear view. But clergy business to put in the...
What is a minister?
I'm never going to use it.
But what is it? Don't you have to have some religious...
No. They work that all out for you. $50.
They work all that out for you. It's like the Columbia Records. Send us a dime. We'll give you. So you're an ordained minister.
Yes.
I don't even know what that means. So you can do a wedding?
I can do a wedding.
What else?
I don't know.
Oh, that's Jewish. You're nodding, Andy.
Yeah,
Why?
I am too. I married two of my friends.
For the love of Christ.
5 minutes online.
Please tell me they were. Please tell me they were both male.
No.
So you're ordained.
Yeah.
What are the odds? We got 3 comedians here. 2 of them are ordained ministers.
I didn't get any of the parking privileges, though.
You didn't?
Oh, you didn't?
You got to just fake a limp.
Something online. They just sent me a certificate, and then I had to sign the marriage certificate.
No, I got
and they
all
were
this
good to go.
parking stuff.
Well,
which I'm never because you can't. If the cop waits for you and you come back, and he's like, "You're clergy on official business."
Yeah,
and I'm standing there with a grocery bag in my hand.
Wife beater on.
I say, "Well, yes."
I'm a
you
rabbi.
Want to make God angry? Do you want to make God angry?
Yes.
I would say. Get away from my car.
You know, God's going to put a boot on your car. I'm a rabbi, by the way. I got that kit in the mail. It was about 3 days. Came with a knife and some rubbing alcohol. And there's only a minute left.
That's it.
Are you shitting me? This night went by like we did 3 shows. Hello. Let's check Bill Cosby. He's in the news.